Hey, good morning, Cincinnati. This is Gary Rossignol, Cincinnati's rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group. We're getting ready for another segment of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, and I have with me two friends. I have Kat Miller.
Hi.
There's Kat. She's with NRL Mortgage. And Michael Williams will be here in just a moment. He's going to be sitting right here. Sitting right here. He'll be here in a moment. So stay tuned. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to do, a lot of fun this morning. There he is. There's Michael.
What's up, guys? How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
All right. We're going to have fun this morning. Got a busy morning to do, so stay with us. Dan will be back in. We'll get the show up on the radio, WDJO 1480 AM, 99.5 FM, and 107.9 FM. And the phone number here is 513-563-1480. Write that number down. You can win some gift cards. You can ask questions. We're going to have a lot of fun, so stay with us. Well, let's see.
So, Michael, you're standing for a minute?
It might be.
This is the voice of the Buckeyes, Paul Fields, for Saturday as Ohio State heads to Arlington, Texas to take on TCU. Hear all the action. Ohio State football right here on WDJO Cincinnati.
And there's Dan, my producer. Say hi, Dan.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay. You're going to be big on the screen there, Michael.
Your best angle.
Oh, goodness.
It's live radio.
What's your trivia question here?
Oh, name for me the 5 original members of the Beach Boys.
Wow. Oh, that's tough.
The 5 original members of the Beach Boys. Or, you want me to just say, name for me the 3 brothers who were in the original Beach Boys?
That's fine.
Okay. Brian, Dennis, and Carl.
Well, now they know your answer. Are we live?
No. Oh, that's right. I need to.
See if they can get on fire.
Now it has to be.
You guys
on
didn't
fire.
hear that now, did you? But if you do call in, that's fine. We'll honor you. I want to plug in the studio feed.
7, then partly cloudy, warm and humid with a low near 70 tonight. Not as warm tomorrow with intervals of clouds and sunshine and a high of 80. A shower is possible by the end of the day. Cloudy and humid Monday with some rain from Florence and a high of 77. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Here we go. What a beautiful Saturday morning we have this morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I love about weekends. I get to spend Saturday mornings talking with you about real estate and music and lots of things in between. But I need guests to do this right. So this morning I have 2 new friends. We met through the Dragonfly Foundation, and we're going to talk about all types of mortgage financing, plus a lot of stuff other than that, too. This is my friend Kat Miller and Michael Wilson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Cheering you on.
Right.
Yes, yes.
What a warm welcome.
Yeah, that's
I love
great.
it already.
All right, we're going to have fun this morning. Fun. That's what it's all about, Saturday mornings.
Right?
From 9 to 10 o'clock, I have fun. Because this is what I love to. And coffee. You got some coffee. Speaking of coffee, good segue, Mike. This is your chance, ladies and gentlemen, who are tuning in, and folks on Facebook, to win a $10 gift card to Starbucks, our favorite coffee joint.
Hey.
how about
Wonderful.
that?
That's what we have.
That's what you got, Starbucks? All right. All right, so here you go. 513-563-1480. Name for me the 3 brothers who were in the original Beach Boys.
It's a good question.
There were 3 of them. That's right. We should stump them with that one.
Right? We'll
Yeah.
see.
513-563-1480. There were 3 brothers that were in the original Beach Boys. Name them, and you will get a $10 gift card to Starbucks. We have 2 to give away, so the first 2 callers will win. Call us up right now and win your gift card to Starbucks. There you go. So, and there was a cousin, and then there was also another best friend. The 5 of them made up the Beach Boys. We won't ask them for all the. We got somebody calling in already. How about that?
You can get a bonus point.
Didn't stump them as bad as I thought I did.
Could you name them? Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to.
All right. So my friends, Kat and Michael, they are with a company called NRL Mortgage. NRL stands for
Nation's Reliable Lending.
There you go. All right. Been around for
Yeah. So
how many years?
Well, NRL originally was founded in 2007. Our headquarters is in Houston, Texas. And we have actually been in Cincinnati for 5 years. We just actually had our 5-year anniversary, which was very exciting. We had a great party.
Yeah.
Great turnout there.
Had corporate come in, which is nice.
Yeah, our corporate office was there. Everyone was there. It was wonderful. We actually were named Top Workplace Cincinnati this year.
Really?
Yes.
From Cincinnati?
Yes.
Yeah, for the Cincinnati Enquirer.
Yeah.
It was great.
That's huge.
Super excited
Yeah,
about that.
it was
Well,
very exciting.
it is a nice workplace. I mean, you gave me the tour the other day, and I went, whoa.
What did you think?
I walked away with, whoa, this place is cool.
Yes.
Maybe I'll
Beautiful.
Maybe I'll join.
Yes, you can come join anytime. So.
Yeah. We have that 360 view of the river, downtown.
Oh, yeah.
We're up in Mount Adams. That's where our office is located. We actually just moved, but we call it Same Hill New Space because we literally moved right across the street.
You did, yeah.
So we went from a much smaller operation to being able to have everyone on the same floor. So it's really exciting.
And you might think Mount Adams is a tough place to park and whatnot, but you got a big parking garage there.
Yes, we do. We do have it's a nice little secret
You-
parking
You
garage.
can park right next to the door. The elevator takes you right up to the 6th floor, and there you are.
And we try to make it convenient for our clients because we know parking can be a pain up there. So, there's been times where there was, when we were at our old space and I would stand out in the street and block a
Flag
spot.
people down.
And you can't park here. This is for my client. She's right around the corner.
Yeah. But you actually have parking spaces that says NRL Mortgage.
Correct.
Yeah.
About 20 or 25 of them.
Yeah, we have quite a few. So
Can't miss that. Yeah, that's great.
There's probably about 60 spots total down there, I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few, which makes it nice. For
So
everyone.
NRL Mortgage is based in Houston, Texas,
Correct.
and your big places here in Cincinnati on the Mount Adams. What other cities are NRL Mortgage found?
Oh, we're all over. We're in about 45 states
Wow.
and in the District of Columbia. So we're licensed all over the place.
So you don't have to follow all these rules and regulations that they all pan down to you?
Well, each state has different rules and regulations. We have like federal regulations, and then there's some statewide ones depending on where you are. Personally, I am licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, but we can, get with another branch and do loans in other states as well. If I have someone come to me, I've done that. I have family in Florida, so there's a branch down there that I can, pass that along to.
Okay, right. So, what's your background? I mean, did you go to college and say I want to be a mortgage lender?
Not exactly. I did.
Call them and say, hey, honey, I'm going to join NRL Mortgage.
No, I started out, I went to UC. I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio.
You wanted to get into broadcasting, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
What's funny, I told you that.
And here you are.
Yeah, right? Right. So meant to be, I guess. When things are supposed to happen, it comes around.
You look good in front of a microphone.
Well, I like it, I feel like it suits me, But no, I went to UC and graduated from there. But I graduated in 2008 during the recession. So literally no one was hiring except for 100% commission sales jobs. So
right.
I actually interviewed to do the front desk receptionist because I didn't want to necessarily stay in Cincinnati at that time. But I ended up being a loan officer, and here I am.
And leave the Bengals and the Reds?
Right? How could I? Especially with our 2-0 right
Yeah,
now.
really?
Love
That's
it.
great.
So-
I know. This is their year.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah. So how about you, Michael?
Yeah, I actually I went to Miami, originally from Middletown, Ohio. Went to Miami, graduated from Miami with a double degree, and was at the business school over there. Upon graduation, just like I think everyone else, you weren't, really sure what you wanted to do with life. You were still kind of in that gray area.
I still don't know.
Yeah, right?
Still working on it.
So I just thought, heck, do I want to stay? Do I want to go? And I looked at some opportunities up in Chicago, which I had an offer up in Chicago, but I'm a mama's boy, and I'm close to home, and I have a twin sister and a family here in Middletown. So I thought to myself, you know what, I think I'll stay in the Cincinnati area. So a good friend of mine, Triff, has said, hey, why don't you take a look at that time we were Rapid Mortgage. And he said, why don't you take a look? We're a broker. And I said, oh, that sounds cool. You know, and that sounds like a fun title to have. And so I've been doing it ever since. And I started in 2010. So that's kind of how I got into the business. And it's been...
I trained Michael.
She trained you. Okay,
I've been
there
doing
you
this
go.
for 10 years.
I think that's why I'm so good, is
Right?
because I had a heck of a trainer.
That's NRL Mortgage. You can reach them at 513-592-3835. And, if you're thinking about buying a home, whether you're a first-time buyer, a veteran buyer, if you're a veteran, absolutely. Do you have any veterans in your family?
Yeah, my husband.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
What department was he in?
He was in the Army.
Army. Okay.
And then my stepbrother was in the Marines.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, I'd like to take this moment and express my gratitude to all the troops, the veterans, and the first responders. These are the men and women who selflessly strive to keep our nation and city streets safe. And, they stepped up to the plate last week. We had some disastrous things here in Cincinnati, which put us on our heels. And they were there in seconds.
Yeah.
And they saved a lot of people's lives. So I like to, if you're out and about and you see somebody in uniform, give them the thank you sign from afar. Go up and shake their hand. Pick up their tab if you're in a restaurant. Give them a big bear hug. Let them know that we thank them. We know what they're doing for us, and we're very grateful for that. And, I run into police officers and fire folks, and you just say, thank you.
Yeah.
And it takes them back a moment. They go, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, anyhow, so you handle the FHA financing, the VA financing for veterans, which is a fantastic loan. My God.
Oh, it is.
Absolutely wonderful.
It is. I have a lot of veterans. I work with a lot of people up in Dayton, and I have a lot of VA loans that I do. And
They
it's
can
great
get a
product.
loan with no money down.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
One thing that there still are costs involved. A lot of people think, well, I don't have any costs. I'm a veteran. But there are some costs involved. It's just no down payment,
Right.
which is great.
But if you have a good realtor working with you, and if they're teaming up with the listing agent pretty well, which we're all brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
We're all a
Even though
family,
we're
yes.
working for the opposite side, it's always, when I'm representing a buyer, it's always a good idea for me to get in with the listing agent,
Most definitely.
be on their side, and if you do that, you can get the seller sometimes, if they understand the buyer's scenario and work the deal right, they can cover a lot of those costs.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's where we come into play too.
Yep.
So to make sure that we're all on the same page,
Mm-hmm.
and so the buyer knows exactly where they stand prior to, so we can more or less tailor fit the loan. We like to look at it from a
Right.
I love suits, as you can see this morning. But we like to more or less tailor fit the loan based off their needs, because we understand that everyone's situation is different.
Right.
And everyone has a different means in regards to how much they want to put down, how much they don't want to put down, and so forth. So Kat and myself, we like to go in and analyze the entire financial footprint, if I may, and make sure before they go under contract that they're comfortable with the payment, the down payment, the terms and conditions of the loan, so that once we go into contract, a week or two into it, they're not coming back to us and saying, oh, golly, I'm not comfortable with that payment, or I'm not sure if I can, get a down payment and so forth. So,
Right.
we spend a lot of time up front to make sure that we don't run into any issues. And, of course, there's always going to be some
Always.
issues here and there, right? We're not perfect. We try to claim to be, but no, we're not perfect. But, no, it's one of those things where we try to make sure that we have everything up front, so that when the process does start and that when we go under contract, that it's going to be a smooth transition for all parties.
Right, exactly. I'm the same way. I spend at least an hour to an hour and a half with a buyer before we even go and start looking at houses.
Right.
I like to walk them through the whole process,
Yeah.
let them know what they're getting into. So they're not caught with what's going on here. They know the questions to ask
Correct.
when the time comes. They say, oh, yeah, we talked about that. So, yeah. Well, here we are. Now it's happening.
Oh, yeah, you told me about this.
Right.
Yeah.
And what we do too is we try to eliminate those unrealistic expectations too, right?
Exactly.
So you always have that buyer who sometimes has some unrealistic expectations. So we have to come in and make sure that we minimize those so that they understand again the entire process.
Right.
And,
Right.
It's going to be smooth for everyone.
All right, I think we need to go away for our first break. We have any winners, Dan? All right, we do. We've got 2 winners. Steve Zinzer won and John Weichel won.
Congratulations.
The 3 brothers of the Beach Boys. They are Brian, Dennis, and Carl. There you go. You got a $10 gift card to Starbucks. So we need to go away for our first break. When we come back, we'll have a moment with Miles and what makes NRL Mortgage different from the rest.
Tune in.
You listen to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 107.9.
Don't bother knocking, get a house is a rockin'.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Where were you in 62? The Butler County Hot Rod Association presenting the...
Anybody out there remember Delilah? Wearing a tuxedo jacket. Look at this. My goodness, boy, he is sharp.
You don't wear jeans. I
No, I was should I do a spin?
Yeah, they make a good team, don't they, folks? And there's the gorgeous one in the room is Kat here. I'll tell you what.
Thank you.
She's just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So I'm so grateful that they came in today and do this show with me. We got a lot more stuff. We got Steve Casper's watching. There's Steve. Oh, he's been in real estate for many, many years.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for tuning in.
Diane Weissman. Mary Jo, you looking good? Great. Thank you, hon. We'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, Mary.
Jane from Remax. Jane Reel. You know Jane. Richard Benning. Lisa Massengill. Kelly. Let's see, who else? We got JD Hughes, my friend JD. Hey JD, thanks for watching, my friend. Marla Masters.
Hi, Marla.
Our lead team processor.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Michelle Sloan's watching.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Morning.
Jeff Post, Marla, let's see, Lisa Williams is watching. Told you a ton of Tammy. Hey Tammy, that's my my outlaw friend, my outlaw sister-in-law.
Okay.
Tammy's watching.
Got about 1 minute.
Oh my gosh, and the list goes on.
Pressure.
The list goes on. Look at that. John Wagner's watching.
3 things I love.
Miles is watching. Miles will be on here in a minute. We're expecting your call, Miles. There's the studio feed.
Indian Mound Cafe.
Indian Mound Cafe on Indian Mound and Montgomery Road. Great place to hang out. Fabulous burgers. Had the burger of the month the other day. It was great. And then they have great craft beer on tap. Tons of televisions to watch any sporting event. And now save money only through us. Go to 1480wdjo.com. You can buy $60 worth of gift certificates to the Indian Mound Cafe. That's 2 $30 certificates, but you only pay for one of them. That's like half price. And I don't even do math well. 1480wdjo.com. Click on the Indian Mound Cafe logo. Get $60 worth of goodies at the Indian Mound Cafe and only pay for $30 worth of them. That's what I call saving money. 1480wdjo.com and the Indian Mound Cafe. Save money, drink beer, watch sports. Sounds good to me.
Oh, get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, thanks for staying with us. I know you won't regret it. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. And now, the moment we have been waiting for.
So I'm sailing for tomorrow, my dreams are dying.
This is
And my love is an
the captain of our ship, Mr. Miles Bierford, and a moment with Miles. Good morning, Miles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. Gary, this weekend begins the 4-day Ohio Realtors Convention and Expo, Build the Momentum, in Columbus, Ohio. Realtors from all over Ohio will gather for the installation of the newly elected leadership officers. Chris and I will be attending as directors representing District 5 of the Ohio Realtors. These 4 days will be filled with committee meetings, forums, continuing education classes, Realtor Award presentations, and recognitions. By being a member, a Realtor subscribes to a strict code of ethics and pledges to provide fair treatment for all parties involved, protect the right of individuals to own property, and keep abreast of changes in real estate practice through continuing education and interaction with other professionals and government officials. This convention is the culmination of everything Realtors do throughout the year, in addition to assisting the public in buying and selling of real property. Gary, anyone who can pass the test can be a real estate agent, but it takes dedication and hard work to be a good realtor. And that's this morning's Moment with Miles.
Oh, that's a good one, Miles. Thank you very much for bringing that up. You know, our general public, those who are buying and selling real estate, they don't have a clue what we do. And we spend so much time outside of the office and showing homes and writing contracts, just perfecting our craft and being on top of the game. That's why I like this show so much, because I got to be on top of my game here on Saturday mornings.
Student of the business.
You got it, absolutely. So thank you for that, Miles. I appreciate it. And they're both directors at the Ohio. I didn't know that.
They're wonderful.
They are.
Chris and Miles truly are.
I'll tell you what, I spent about 18 years with other RE/MAX brokers and left for a few years. And when I met with Chris, it was like love at first sight.
Yeah.
I mean,
she's wonderful.
This is going to be a 15-minute interview, right? I was there for an hour and a half.
It's easy.
Sign me up.
It's easy to talk to her.
He drove my license to Columbus, and I was in. And I've been in 150% ever since then. So that's great. Thank you, Miles. Appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Miles.
Okay, so NRL Mortgage. Before I go on, stay with us, because later in the show we're going to have Ria Davidson of the Dragonfly Foundation. A lot of regular listeners. I wish I could name you all by name. Don't have time for that. But next week I have, get this, Mark and Missy Meinhardt. We're going to talk about Sophie's Angel Run.
Oh, wonderful.
That'd be great.
It's a great cause. So you want to tune in next week. Sophie was their 1.5-year-old daughter who passed with a brain tumor, and they've formed this foundation which raises a lot of money to help other brain tumor cancer victims at Children's Hospital, and they've done tremendous things. This is coming up there. That's at the end of the month, so they're going to be right here where you're sitting next week, and I'm just so proud that they asked to be on the show. NRL Mortgage is my key guest this morning. I have Kat Miller and I have Michael Williams, and they are the top loan officers at NRL Mortgage in the world. They are worldwide, and they are the top. So NRL loves to make a difference in the products, the marketing, the giving of your time, the effort, and donations where it counts. And you have a huge event coming up on October the 4th. This is for realtors, but like Miles mentioned, realtors do more outside of writing contracts and selling houses and calling on buyers and sellers to perfect our craft. And you're bringing in a really special guest for realtors on October 4th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're having John Calipari, who is the UK basketball coach. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, so he's going to come talk about basketball. That's not really what, of course, I'm sure he'll have some analogies with that, but he is very successful and he's a wonderful motivational speaker. So we're very excited to have him come in and speak this year. Last year we did have Josh Altman, one of the Altman brothers. That was a great event. And then this year we're having John Calipari, so we're very excited. And tickets are going quickly, so you do need to RSVP if you are interested in going. It is a realtor only event, as you mentioned, and you can RSVP at explorernrl.com/Calipari, and we'll go ahead and pin the link on your Facebook Live so that people can find that.
Yeah, good. So realtors, I know I have a lot of realtors who tune in and they'll watch this video maybe later on this week, but you want to be there. You want to be in the front row if you can. And my experience with these motivational speakers, and I don't know if I want to put him in the category of a motivational speaker. He's going to teach us some nuts and bolts.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I've looked him up, and he's written 4 or 5 books, and he takes the UK basketball team to championships.
Yeah, the Final Four in several years.
And so we're going to get to, in one room with him for about an hour and a half, learn something about life, how to do what we do, how to achieve our goals. And that's so important, just to get fired up. And that's going to be a great event.
It will be. And the doors, they open at 11:30. And he's going to go on and speak around 1 o'clock. And then at 2, we'll have a question and answer, Q&A, so that people can actually, ask him whatever they want. And then at 2:15, we'll have some photo opportunities. And then at 2:45, there's like a little mix and mingle with NRL. We'll have some cocktails, and you'll be able to, chat with Mr. Calipari himself.
And you guys put this all on.
Yes. Actually, we have a great team. Liz Foster, she's our business development and marketing, and Jen Sears and Taylor Price. They are the ones that are actually kind of putting this on and doing the back end of things.
Very cool. So it's being hosted by NRL Mortgage, along with I guess Remax Preferred Group is big with that as well.
Yeah,
and we want to mention the folks, Steve Walls.
Yeah, at Rivertown.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so one of our favorite guys over there, Steve Walls at Rivertown Title. He actually helps us close our loans very quickly. So that's one thing that we haven't necessarily talked about yet, but that's one thing about NRL that makes us different.
Yeah, we're getting right into that as well. So it's important to know that when I met with you and you said your average close time, I mean, right now, if you go nationally and talk to most mortgage lenders, they're quoting 30 to 45 days.
Yeah. So,
and you guys can close them how fast?
As little as 7 business days. I've done that. Obviously, it's easier.
Wait a minute.
The 7 business days. I know people. That's everyone's reaction, but it is true. I actually there's someone in your office, actually, Raul.
I talked to him.
I closed a loan with him over the Christmas New Year break last year, right in between that time frame, and it was 7 business days. And it was because they already had the appraisal. It was an FHA loan, so we transferred the appraisal. Those type of scenarios we can definitely close in 7 days if we already have the appraisal seen. But I would say on average, 15 to 20 days is a really good time frame to close a loan.
Wow.
But what was Michael? What's my average? He knows what it is because he's always
he's trying to beat that, aren't you?
14.
And yours is 15, right?
17.
17. All right. Well, yeah, it's good to have a little competition.
It is.
Healthy competition.
Most definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But one question everyone always asks us is, how do you close a loan that fast?
Yeah. How do you?
It's because of our wonderful team that we have behind us. We have in-house underwriting.
That's
and
huge.
In-house processing.
Yeah.
So earlier when I said we moved across the street, previously when we were at our old location, underwriting and processing and operations was upstairs and we were downstairs. And now we're all on the same floor. We are separated by doors by law. But it's wonderful. Literally, if I have a question, I can go over to my underwriter. Shout out to Lee and Lisa, our underwriters. They're amazing. We couldn't do it without you. But that's how we do it. We can go to them and ask questions. I have people call me like, hey, can you do this scenario? And I'm like, hold on. Hey, Lee, can I ask you a quick question? And it's wonderful. And it really does take a solid team, and great systems and processes in place in order to do that. So it's great, and we really pride ourselves in excellent customer service. That is the number one thing that we strive for. We want to make sure all of our clients leave with a really good feeling, being happy and satisfied with their product. And that's the most important thing to me, is that my clients are comfortable, happy, and satisfied.
Yeah.
So
that's Kat Miller and Michael Wilson, and they are with NRL Mortgage. 513-592-3835. Just talking to you, how excited you are about your achievements at NRL Mortgage gets me excited. I want to run out and get some buyers and bring the loans to you. Realtors out there, you want to have an excellent service experience? This is what you need. You need to call them, 513-592-3835. If you're a buyer, and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I can qualify for a loan, or I don't know the process, stay with us. We need to go away for our second break. But when we come back, I'm going to tantalize you with my music history, and we're going to talk about another event that you got coming up. You're going to help buyers who are on the fence or wondering, can I or should I even try this? You're going to take all that worry and fear away from them, and you're going to invite them to a little event which will help them through that. So don't touch that dial. Stay right with us. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
I've seen it all for years. So
is there a day coming up for someone special and you're thinking about jewelry? Well, the price is always a factor. So here's an important tip.
All right, folks. They say they love it. Do you love it? Because that's what the whole thing's about. It's not about us. It's about them. Are you getting something out of this? Let's see. Who else? Look at all. Look at all the people we got watching on Facebook. Good grief, we probably got Brian Simpson, Jim Judd. That's my son-in-law. Hey, Jim, or Jen. My daughter. My daughter Jen's watching. I got my whole family's watching. That's great.
Hey, good morning.
And I got to mention, when I leave here, we're going to Taylor High School. My grandson is marching in the Oak Hills High School band for their band competition.
Awesome.
So I got to mention that as soon as I go back on the air. Steph, don't let me forget about that, okay? I know you're the accountant in the family. You'll keep me accountable. So I'm going to put you back in the studio feed. We're going to get back ready for the next segment.
Drugs is located 4 doors north of the Madison Theater at 716 Madison Avenue in downtown Covington. That's Save Discount Drugs, 859-431-2857. Or check us out online at savediscountdrugs.com.
Need to keep your body moving to the music? Whether you're recuperating from a medical procedure or nursing an injury, the expert physical therapists at Chesterwood Village in Westchester and Doverwood Village near Fairfield and Liberty Township can help. Their state-of-the-art rehab equipment and techniques will get you back to your music-loving self. Call 513-777-1400 today or online at hillandale.com. That's HILLANDALE.com.
It's Boot Barn's interview series, and we're discussing the launch of Miranda Lambert's new clothing and boot line, Idle Wind. So tell me about the new boots in your line.
I'm a boot fan. I have a boot problem. Part of the reason Idle Wind even started was because I've had these vintage boots that had a heel. They were really sturdy and really well made. They were my stage boots. I still wear them. I've had them resold 4 times. I think a good pair of boots is something a girl can keep in her closet forever.
Oh yeah. Idle Wind by Miranda Lambert can now be found exclusively at Boot Barn.
Get your motor running and head out to the City of Montgomery Car Show at Montgomery Square Shopping Plaza, Saturday, September 15th. For those that want to enter a car, register between 2 and 4. The car show begins at 4 with awards at 6:30 for Top 20, Best of Show, People's Choice, and Participants' Choice. Dash plaques for the first 100 cars, trucks, and motorcycles to register. Enjoy rock and roll live music provided by Blair Carmen and the Bellevue Boys. For more info, check out City of Montgomery on Facebook or visit montgomeryohio.org.
Partly sunny today, very warm and humid with a high of 87. Then partly cloudy, warm and humid with a low near 70 tonight. Not as warm tomorrow with intervals of clouds and sunshine and a high of 80. A shower is possible by the end of the day. Cloudy and humid Monday with some rain from Florence and a high of 77. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare on Cincinnati's Oldies Network, WDJO.
Okay, now it's time for fun with music trivia, and here's what happened on this day back in 1961. A group from Hawthorne, California called the Pendletones attended their first real recording session at Height Morgan Studio in Los Angeles. The band recorded Surfin', a song that would help shape their career as the Beach Boys. Today in 1964, the Beatles on tour in the USA appeared at the Public Auditorium in Cleveland, Ohio. During the performance, a group of fans managed to break through the line of police fronting the stage and get up on stage. Police ordered the Beatles off stage in the middle of a song, and the concert only resumed after Derek Taylor got on the PA system and pleaded for order to be restored so that the rest of the performance would not be canceled by the police. And today in 1965, the Ford Motor Company became the first automaker to offer an 8-track tape player as an option for their entire line of vehicles on sale in the U.S. Tapes were initially only available at auto parts stores, as home 8-track equipment was still a year away. You don't remember those, do you?
No.
Today in 1981, the Rolling Stones played a secret pre-tour warm-up show at the Sir Morgan's Cove Club in Worcester, Massachusetts. Billed as Little Boy Blue and the Cockroaches, a local radio station announced that the Stones were in town, resulting in the club being besieged by over 4,000 fans attempted to get into the 350-person venue. Police were drafted in to control the crowds, which resulted in 11 fans being arrested. And today in 1990, Wilson Phillips had their second U.S. #1 with Release Me. The group was made up of Carney and Wendy Wilson, the daughters of Beach Boys leader Brian Wilson, along with China Phillips, the daughter of Mamas and Papas founder John Phillips. Didn't know that. Back in the year 2003, ABBA tribute acts took Elvis Presley impersonators in the Battle of British Cover Singers, according to a survey. The Swedish group jumped from the third most tribute act in 2001 to top in 2002, with imitators like ABBA Fever and Voiles Voyez putting on ABBA shows. Elvis dropped to number 2, while the Beatles dropped to 3. The Performing Rights Society carried out the research. And born on this day back in 1949, Steve Gaines, he was the guitarist with the legendary Lynyrd Skynyrd, who had the 1974 hit single Sweet Home Alabama and the 1982 hit single Freebird. He was killed in a plane crash on the 20th day of October in 1977. The plane carrying the band between shows from Greenville, South Carolina to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, crashed outside of Gillsburg, Mississippi. He was only 28 years old. The crash also killed Ronnie Van Zant, Steve's sister, Cassie Gaines. Sorry to lose him, but what a great musician he was. His guitar and Freebird will never be forgotten. I hope you enjoyed these fun facts about music history for today. And I am called the Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band, BlueStone Ivory. And on September 22nd, on Tylersville Road at the Voice of America in Westchester, we will be performing live from 7:30 to 9:30. There'll be a dinner, dance, and lots of history with Cincinnati's very own Jim Scott as the MC. So that's an event you may not want to miss. And if you're out, if you want to send your sweetheart some flowers, if you're going to a wedding, having a wedding or prom season, or you just want to say hi with flowers, don't be a klutz. Use Lutz Flowers, lutzflowerhouse.com, 513-921-0561. I also want to mention, being the Rock and Roll Realtor, my whole family's musical, and my grandson is competing in a high school band competition this afternoon around 1:15 at Well, it's Oak Hills Band. He marches in the Oak Hills Band. They're at Taylor High School, and he marches with the Oak Hills High School Band. So I'm leaving here and going there. So that's great. We're proud of you, Andrew. So keep it up.
Get it, Andrew.
All right. So thanks for staying with us. You're not going to regret it. My guests this morning are the top loan originators. That's your title, Loan Originators. Yep. With NRL Mortgage. Their phone number is 513-592-3835. And they have just been telling me this off the charts records that they've been breaking and doing them well, because I've polled many of the agents in our office that use you, and they say, oh, they won't use anyone else. And I'm on board there as well. So You're planning a first-time home buyer seminar on October the 6th.
Yes, and I'm very excited about it. So we will be discussing all aspects of the home buying process. One thing I'll specifically be talking about is credit repair, because I know a lot of first-time home buyers, some people don't even want their credit pulled.
They don't know.
Yeah, because they're scared. They're like, I have no idea.
They go to freecreditreport.com and it's not free, so they don't get it.
And they're not usually always that accurate either.
No.
They'll give you a good range, a good idea of where you stand, but it's not going to be exact. So Saturday, October 6th at 11 a.m. at my office in Mount Adams, we'll be having a first-time homebuyer seminar. So if you or anyone you know is looking to purchase or even thinking of purchasing, I always tell people it's never too soon to check.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're not ready right now, but maybe you'll be ready in the next 6 months or 12 months.
Right.
And then we can, map out a plan for the next few months to tell you exactly what you need to do to get where you need to be so that you can purchase.
Right. So realtors, if you have buyers that are on the fence and they're just not jumping out there and ready to go buy the house yet, and they need a little bit of training, you need to sit down with them, walk them through the contracts and the negotiation strategy, and send them to Kat and Michael's first-time buyer seminar, which is on October the 6th. Their phone number is 513-592-3835. It's going to be about an hour and a half long.
Yeah, probably about an hour and a half, depending on how many questions we have. We will, I'll be there with my computer and everything. So if you want to sit down and actually do a pre-approval after the seminar, we can definitely do that.
And how much does that cost?
It is free.
Oh my gosh.
It is not costing you anything. So all you have to do is show up. I'm calling it my muffins and mimosas. So you can show up, have some orange juice or mimosa, whatever you prefer. But we'll be there letting you know exactly what you need to do in order to purchase.
And I'll get a little tour of your
yes.
rooftop
Yeah.
gardens
Yeah.
at the palatial offices of NRL Mortgage in Mount Adams.
Yep. And if you're interested in more details on the seminar, you can go ahead and follow me on my Instagram. It's at Cat Loans, KATLOANS. So at Cat Loans, you can follow me on there, and I'm posting things all the time about our Kalahari event as well as the first time homebuyer seminar.
Great. That's fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about credit scores. People don't have an idea what power that credit scores has.
Right.
It'll affect your insurance.
Oh yeah.
It'll affect your driver's license. It affects every aspect of your life. And if you're a 540 or a 560, that might keep you from buying a house.
Yeah.
You want to get it up to 580 minimum?
Yeah, the minimum credit score is 580 for most programs. I know VA does have a program you can go a little bit lower, but FHA, the minimum is 580. So ideally, I tell people you do want to be at 620 to be getting, better products, better rates, things like that. But I just closed a loan at a 595 2 months ago. So,
but if they have a 580 and they want to get the better products, you have the wherewithal in place that you can help them achieve that.
Correct. Yep. So, we can look at your credit and say,
is it hard?
Sometimes it's as little as having a $20 balance on your credit card. And I have people who say, well, I don't want to use my credit card. But literally having no revolving debt can actually hurt you, which is, you think it's like a catch-22, you know. But literally having as small of a balance as $20 on your credit card can help you boost your score up.
Isn't having no credit better than bad credit?
That's kind of a catch-22.
I know, right?
It's tough to say.
I mean, if you don't have credit,
if you don't have credit,
you can build it.
Yes,
you can build it.
It's easier to build it. So if you have negative credit score, it is harder to get your score higher as opposed to having no credit score right now and then getting a credit score. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
we covered a lot of stuff this morning. That's great. I'm glad you guys came in. I had fun. Did you guys have fun on Facebook?
Yes, thanks for having us.
I'm sure you did.
Yes.
You bet. All right. So we do need to go away for our last break. When we come back, we got Ria Davidson on the phone. We're going to have a little interview with her, catch up with what's going on with the Dragonfly Foundation. And you're listening. And one more time, the phone number for NRL Mortgage is 513-592-3835. Ask for Kat, ask for Michael, and you will be in good hands. I promise you. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
So you're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
You may not know the time it takes to create delicious breads and pastries made from the finest flour and the freshest ingredients, baked fresh every morning. What you should know is how great they taste. The Weitzel family of North College Hill Bakery still crafts mouth-watering treats the old-fashioned way, so you don't have to. For over 70 years, Tri-State families have trusted North College Hill Bakery to create delicious baked goods and cakes with their scrumptious buttercream icing that make any occasion special. North College Hill Bakery is famous for their bakery treats, like their heavenly cinnamon bread, chosen #1 in the city by Cincinnati Magazine 2 years in a row. Tasty donuts and Danish thumbprint cookies, German coffee cakes, and rye bread. Make a point to stop by North College Hill Bakery today. 1807 West Galbraith. North College Hill Bakery, 513-521-6760. 521-6760. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Taste the love.
You know, it's easy to turn your unwanted, broken, or unused gold and silver jewelry and coins into needed cash. Gold and silver, class rings, old wedding bands, coin collections, proof sets, and old currency can be turned into needed cash fast. Franklin Street Coin Company in Sharonville pays more because they buy more. You get the highest prices available fast at Franklin Street Coin Company, 10855 Reading Road in Sharonville. A proud sponsor of Buckeyes football on 1480 WDJ. Go Bucks.
Move forward in a new career. If you want to create something to work with your hands as well as your brain and see the results of your work, come to the Great Oaks Career Campuses. In just 11 months, you can have a great career in auto body repair, auto mechanics, or diesel mechanics. Go to adults.greatoaks.com for auto body repair, auto mechanics, diesel mechanics, and more. Get moving. Go to adults.greatoaks.com or call Great Oaks at 513-771-8881.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
Why rent when you can own with no money down? If you're looking to become a first-time homeowner in the Cincinnati or Northern Kentucky areas, or heck, even if you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years and are now looking to buy, you may be eligible to receive up to $15,000 in homeowners assistance towards closing costs, pre-closing expenses, or even your whole down payment. That's right, you can own your own home with no money down. Find out if you qualify. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's Gary at 513-777-2402.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Hey, we have been rocking the house this morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary Rossignol with Remax Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. And the phone number for NRL Mortgage is 592-3830. I've been shouting out the wrong number, but it'll get you there. 592-3830. And I really, really want to thank Kat and Michael for coming down this morning. They've through roundabout ways have met this lady. I don't know if you met her in person or not, but Ria Davidson, she heads up the Dragonfly Foundation, and they support pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the communities, providing programs that enhance quality of life. And that's the sole purpose of the Dragonfly Foundation. But you know what? I like to just say she puts big smiles on people's face, because when she walks in the room lights up. And this is my friend for 8 years now, Miss Ria Davidson. And the crowds are cheering you. Oh, there you go. You got your Saturday morning standing ovation, Ria.
I love it. What a way to start my day.
Yeah. So this is Kat and Michael. They're online with us here this morning as well, and they were a major part of our chalk art, rock and roll chalk art balloon fest, which we had several weeks ago, which we met our goals thanks to folks like this.
Yeah, we really, all our events are about the sponsors that we have. Without them, our events wouldn't be successful. And having held 109 community events last year to raise money to support more than 1,000 families, I tell you, we need more sponsors and we need more support, because we can't do one more fundraiser. We can't squeeze that in on top of 438 patient events, all of our programs, all of the things we do for families every day. So I'm grateful to you, Gary, and to you guys, too, for sponsoring. Thank you.
That's more than 2 events a day, Ria.
It's crazy. We're never home. We're always busy, and but it's filled with love every single day. What we do is a labor of love in the truest sense.
And when you talk to the Dragonflies themselves and their parents, their siblings, your volunteers, everybody is in love with their I don't want to call it a job. It's life. It's what they do.
Yeah.
They become it.
Yeah, they really identify as being a Dragonfly family. Our kids will go. It's so funny to even hear our sibling kids. They'll go to school, and a teacher will call and said that a student said, "I'm a Dragonfly. Are you?" They go to events where they see so many kids. They assume that everybody is a Dragonfly, and and it really is a family. It's a club they never wanted to join, but now never want to leave, and it's something that has a daily impact on their lives.
Mm-hmm. I bet. I never thought of it that way. When the kids go to school or their siblings go to school, and and they say, "I'm a Dragonfly," and the other kids go, "What are you talking about? That sounds pretty cool."
Yeah, it's adorable, actually. And we had I don't know if I ever told this story on the air, but there was a young girl who had to move out of state and was really upset about starting a new school. And she was 6 years old and was really throwing a hissy about it, to the point where the parent has to ask the principal and teacher to meet her at the door and take her to the classroom. And so this little girl was carrying on all the way to the classroom. And when she saw the door and how the theme of the room was, she goes, "It's okay, Mommy. I'm with my Dragonfly friends." She just happened to be assigned to the Dragonfly room at the school.
Oh, wow.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That is
so
neat.
she went from sobbing hysterically to being uplifted, and the mom went in the parking lot and called me immediately and said, "You have no idea what you've done to be able to do this."
Mm-hmm. And I bet that little girl changed their whole atmosphere inside the Dragonfly room, too.
I'm sure she did. And, and one of the things at Dragonfly, in addition to our mission, is we're trying to involve students in being kinder, more compassionate, and more philanthropic. So we've started student ambassador programs at several local high schools, and we're looking to expand that even more.
Mm-hmm. Well, tell us a little bit more about that, Ria.
Sure. So what we want to do, again, is to encourage kids to be kinder, more compassionate, philanthropic, to do good things at home, at school, and in their community. Something as simple at home as helping their little sister, emptying their dishwasher if their mom is working late. At school, opening a door for a teacher whose hands are full, having lunch with a student who might be sitting alone, and being more understanding of the students that are there that are Dragonflies. So we actually show them what it's like to have impaired vision. We show them what it's like to not be able to walk easily, and to have them just build a little bit more understanding and empathy for what their fellow students are going through, whether they are a Dragonfly or not. And then to be more philanthropic. Hopefully they'll want to continue to support Dragonfly after a year of being involved in our organization.
Mm-hmm.
But we really try to help them build skills about public relations, resource management, fundraising, event management, skills that they can use long term.
That's really outstanding what you're trying to do, and include others than just the families involved. Now, if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation, go to their website. It's dragonfly.org. It's a gorgeous website, very interactive, and their whole schedule is here. In fact, later today, we have Pasta with a Purpose. If you're out and about and you want to have some pasta, you can go to Nomad Sisterhood's McDog's Lakeside Saloon from 6 to 9 o'clock. I'm sure a portion of what they serve is going to go to the Dragonfly Foundation. and a
Yep.
really big one
And
is
we
the,
also need blood donors on
Yeah.
Monday. Pretty please sign up to be a blood donor at Dragonfly. Come take a tour on Monday. The event is on our website.
so you can actually go to the landing. Is that where you're going to have the blood? Give blood
Exactly.
at? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the Hawksworth Blood Bus will be there.
Okay.
So if you go to our website, make an appointment. I still think we have like 10 or 15 spots available. You can come in, give blood. We have Dragonfly cookies to give you, and come take a tour and see what we do firsthand.
And then you can leave there, and at 4 to 11 o'clock, hosted by Westside Brewing, is Cheers for Charity.
Yep. It's going to be a great couple days.
So go and give blood, eat some cookies, and go and drink some beer.
Sounds like a good day.
That's a great Monday, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic, Ria. So if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation right now, get your smart device out. If you have that new iPhone, there's a good chance to try it out. And you can text the word WINGS15, that's WINGS 15 to 71777. And there you can give as much as you want. It'll open up a very secure website. You can donate $5, $50, $500, or $5,000, whatever makes you feel good about what you're doing for Dragonfly. So thank you, Ria. We love you. We will talk
Love
to you
you
later
guys.
on this
Thank
week.
you so much.
You bet. And I want to again thank Kat and Michael for coming down this morning. Their phone number is 513-592-3830. And if you have a real estate question or you just want to know the value of your home, call me. I'm open for business. My phone number is 513-777-2402. Again, next week, Mark and Missy Meinhardt. They're presenting Sophie's Angel Run. I think it's their 12th one, and they're doing a lot of great things to honor their daughter's memories. Coming up next is Dane Donovan and the Car Tech Show. If your car's making funny noises or not making the right noises, stay tuned. Dane will fix it on the radio. To wrap things up today, this is one of my favorite songs that BlueStone Ivory plays. It's our live recorded rendition of Spiral Staircase's one-hit wonder, More Today Than Yesterday.
Each day comes a new way of loving you. Every time I kiss your lips, my mind starts to wonder. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday. But not as much as tomorrow. And I love you more today than yesterday. Every day's a new way. Every time I kiss you. Every day's a new way. Every time I love you.
Call me, Gary Rossignol, at 513-777-2402 for your real estate needs. I want to help you. Here's a big thank you to my regular major sponsors who make this show possible, as well as RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. Also a big thank you to my clients, friends, family, and fans of BlueStone Ivory, of course Ria Davidson with the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep on knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.
The preceding program was a paid program. Its views and opinions.
Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in.